I was watching a video the other day that my partner sent to me, which was basically on training yourself to handle a firearm better, because obviously if you're carrying something for self-defense, you need to be able to use it safely and effectively. So what was interesting about this video was the approach that the guy in the video took to explain why it was important to develop a self-awareness of your body and to develop a physical conditioning towards being aware of your body, as well as knowing yourself and having muscle memory kind of programmed into your body, so that in those split-second moments where you have to make that move to either, in this situation, defend yourself, it's automatic and it's kind of like a reflex that's happening because you have been training however long. So interestingly enough, within the video there were a lot of parallels with the tools in Destiny. For example, that point of developing an awareness. It's not just about being able to sense how you're feeling and what you're thinking and what your body is doing. It's also about deliberately developing an awareness of yourself, because through that awareness you can practice a self-reflection to say to yourself, or to get to that point of being able to assess, okay, when I do this, then that happens, which is not what I actually want, so I need to correct that point, and I can see that that's where it's going wrong, so that's where I need to change things. So that point of deliberate awareness as well as deliberate practice were essentially right out of the Destiny handbook, which I found quite interesting. And it's not the first time that that's happened. I've actually watched a lot of videos, read a lot of blogs and articles where, interestingly enough, the tools or the principles that we've been developing within Destiny for over a decade now are starting to come through. And obviously the people who are doing these things, it's not like they ever came across Destiny. It's like there's this natural emergence happening where people are starting to realize that we are the ones who can and must change ourselves. No one else can change for us. We are the ones who are determining our behavior, our thoughts, our words. We are the ones who are creating ourselves. And those are just a few points that I've seen coming through recently in the last few years, which is really cool. Because, I mean, yeah, sure, it doesn't connect directly back to Destiny, but, you know, we as a species, as a society, are slowly but surely getting to a point, at least in some ways, where we're starting to take responsibility for ourselves. So obviously we're not there yet, not by a long shot. There's still a lot that needs to change. There's still a lot that's wrong with the world, and the only reason that the world is wrong is because we've made it that way. It's not like it's naturally that way. We have created things that should never have been created. But change starts somewhere. It has to start somewhere. So it's starting, which is nice. And that's about it on that particular point. I shall see you next time. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me directly on the page, send a message, drop a comment, whatever. If you'd like to support me, you can do so on Patreon. The link is below. I'll also leave the link of that video that I referenced in the beginning of practicing the draw of a firearm, just if anyone is curious about the terminology that the guy was using, and those references to some of the tools and principles, obviously not direct references, but the similarities that I found in there. Okay, see you next time.